Let's make restaurant quality tacos on a budget. You will not believe how cheap all of this is. Before we make these simple budget tacos, we have to head to the grocery store, and it's very important to buy produce and meat that's on sale. So I went and picked out things for my marinade or toppings that was on sale. Now, this area of the grocery store, if you have it, is incredible. Affordable spices, affordable dried chilies, and all kinds of ingredients for making tacos. Now I got these Romero's white corn tortillas, and we're doing chicken thighs today. And it's only $7.24 for this entire pack. It's incredibly affordable, and you have to stay tuned till the end to see how much this meal costs. Now for our chicken thighs, we are going to be leaving the skin on just so we can get that nice char flavor. It adds a lot of fat and moisture to the meat as well, but we are deboning them ourselves. This is very important. Do not buy boneless stuff from the grocery store or the butcher. They oftentimes mark it up almost double just to remove the bones, and it's super simple to do it yourself. Also, save the bones. Use it for stock. You can use every part of the chicken, and you want to make the most, stretch each penny, and at the end of the day, it's much more sustainable as well. $7 in chicken, right there. Now for our marinade, we are using some Roma tomatoes. These were on sale, really cheap, but I love them for cooking. They have a very low moisture content and they're nice and sweet. We're gonna remove the seeds. You can use that if you'd like, but we don't want too much moisture in our marinade. Now also a few cloves of garlic, ultra cheap, but huge flavor enhancer. Make sure to smash those up. And we got some dried chilies. These are chili negro, which are also known as Pasilla Chiles. And we have one hot chili as well that we're gonna throw into the bowl. We're gonna steep them in boiling water just to reconstitute and rehydrate them. They soak up a lot of moisture and it's almost like they're fresh again. So slice off the end with the stem and we are gonna cut them in half. Now, it may be tempting to remove the seeds or the skin, but I will say, keep them in. We're not eating this marinade, it's just to flavor our meat, so there's not really a point in taking them out. Then we're gonna toss everything into our blender, throw your chilies in, your tomatoes, your garlic, and then we are going to pour in some extra virgin olive oil to emulsify it. And our spices we're using today are cumin seeds, coriander seeds, and of course, salt and pepper. So once you've done that, we're gonna toss a little bit of the water from steeping the peppers into the mix just to get this nice and liquefied. So blend it for about 2 to 3 minutes. You wanna make sure it's nice and smooth and there's no big chunks in it. Once that's all blended up, we're ready to pour it over our chicken thighs. Make sure to coat everything and get in every little nook and cranny. The best way to do this, in my opinion, is just to use your hands. Obviously, wash them first and then get in there, get your hands dirty so that you can get everything coated and not a single piece of chicken is unmarinated. Once you're done with this, we are going to throw it into the fridge for at least an hour. You can wait overnight, but I only did about an hour. And while we're waiting, we're going to prep our other ingredients. So I have some cilantro here that I'm going to combine with some white onion just to top the tacos off. I would normally make a salsa, but since we're cutting cost, I thought it's all right, we can do without it. But I will link in the description a delicious tomatillo salsa if you want to know the recipe. Now we're gonna start on our rice. We're gonna make around a cup of rice and make sure you wash your rice first, don't be nasty, and use a rice cooker. I oftentimes just use a pot, but it never comes out nearly as good as with a rice cooker. We're gonna be making cilantro lime rice today, so toss all of your rice into a bowl along with some garlic, cilantro, and of course our freshly squeezed lime juice. Give that a good mix. This really reminds me of Chipotle's rice. If you've ever had it, you're gonna love this rice. Also, throw in some salt. I almost forgot. That's very important. You don't want bland rice, so make sure you season it generously. Then when you're done with that, we are ready to move on to our chicken. Now we are going to be cooking on our grill today. Barbecuing is my favorite method for cooking chicken thighs, but you could definitely do it in a pan. You just might take a little bit longer. I like the grill because you could space everything out evenly and do it all in one go. Just look at that marinade. It's so thick and the meat soaked it up. You're gonna keep this on medium-high heat and we're gonna flip it pretty often. And I know what you guys are thinking. No, it's not burnt. This is just charred. It's part of the flavor process. I do not want boiled meat and that's why I'm grilling it. So this char, those little blackened pieces, completely normal. That's how it's supposed to turn out. But the most important part is that you want this to get to an internal temperature of at least 165. And you can even go up to 175, 180 just because they're chicken thighs and they don't have the tendency to dry out as much as chicken breasts. Once those are done, we're ready to bring them inside, admire them, and then start chopping them up. Now, obviously we're making tacos, so I want these to be nice and manageable. You don't want giant chunks of chicken because it's just gonna fall out. So I'm actually cubing them up, but do whatever you want, whatever you like. I'm still in awe at how great this chicken looks. It has a great char on it. It's juicy, flavorful. Just look at that. Oh, and we almost forgot, we gotta heat up our tortillas. Just do it on the stove, make it easy, and then we are ready to assemble. Throw down your tortillas, throw on some of your chicken, and then we're gonna top it with our cilantro and onion. Obviously, we gotta serve it with a couple lime wedges as well. You can't forget that. And like I said, if you wanna know a great salsa recipe, look in the description and the comments. I will link my tomatillo salsa. Don't forget to serve it with your rice, and then you can enjoy. But first, let's talk about cost. All of this food, including the leftover ingredients, only costs $16.53. That's $2.36 per serving. That is absolutely incredible. We made over 4 pounds of chicken. Each person gets almost 3/4 of a pound of chicken per serving, and it still costs way less than a restaurant would charge. Where could you go to get a meal for $2.30? Nowhere. Start cooking at home, guys. Most importantly, how does it taste? Let's squeeze a little bit of lime, and we are ready to dig in. That is so delicious, guys. That marinade is so flavorful, and it goes perfectly with that fresh onion and cilantro. Just look at how much food we ended up with. This is absolutely incredible. It's 7 portions of food, and those are generous portions. We have extra chicken that's cut up, extra chicken here, leftover cilantro and onion, and a whole lot of extra rice. It's so much extra food. You guys need to start cooking at home. Cook on a budget.